That's the first shot of Spider-Man in the film. And we've been working on it for about about 8 months. But it takes place very early on in the film when we first see Spider-Man. We wanted to establish that iconic version of Spider-Man that we all know and love.
Every day I wake up knowing. That was the last shot we did of the movie. That's the last thing we shot in New York. And yeah, we're there, we're doing it. I had a line on me. You know, but that was CGI'd out, you know, obviously. I had a harness on underneath my t-shirt and jeans or whatever, and they had a line on me, just a safety line, just to make sure if I did do something stupid or kind of like go through with a suicidal impulse, as you do when you're on a, you know, that's the thing. It's like, are you like when you know that vertigo feeling you have? It's like you're afraid of falling, or are you afraid of jumping? You know what I mean? Like, because part of you is just like compelled to just jump when you're at such a beautiful height. You kind of long to feel what that feels like. So I was sat there, and it was a beautiful sunset evening, and it was the final shot, and it was obviously Peter Parker very, very torn, as he is wont to be. And I remember it really, really, really clearly, because it was like saying goodbye to the city and saying goodbye to the character for a while, and kind of just indulging in one last minute of Peter Parker being all messed up. That the more people I try to save, the more enemies I will make.
One of the tricky things is translating characters from the comics that work in illustrations into the three-dimensional reality on a New York street, and often things that work quite well as a drawing don't make sense in the physical world. And so we wanted to make Rhino into something as powerful as he is in the comics, and as sort of simple-minded and direct as he is in the comics, but with a with a suit that felt of this world. And I wanted, there's certain hints about its creation. It's only teased in the movie. It's really not a big part of the film. But I wanted to again create something that felt majestic and quite powerful, but also something that Alexei could have put together himself.
And it's just a matter of time before I face those with more power than I can overcome. I'm so sorry, I'm late. I had a traffic thing.
Did your traffic jam have anything to do with being, I don't know, shot at by machine guns?
Yeah. Oh, that was implied. I was implying that.
I've never played a character more than once, so it was interesting to kind of go into what's happened since her father's death, and she is potentially going to Oxford, and she graduates as valedictorian, so clearly she still has her wits about her enough to be working really hard at what she wants in life.
It's right after Peter and Harry see each other for the first time in a very long time. You know, they've been childhood friends from this point, but they were estranged from each other. Harry went off to private school, and then they come back into each other's lives. And this is the first time they're going out and walking and talking. And, you know, it's that awkward moment when you haven't seen each other, someone for a long time. So it's awkward, but also you're old friends, so it feels like it feels like no time's passed at all.
Harry Osborn, you're gonna want to see this.
Oscorp.
Get you under surveillance. Why? Isn't that the question of the day?
I don't want to reveal too much of the plot, but Peter learns about certain things about his past that will inform his future in very provocative ways.
There's something you're not telling me, Aunt May.
I once told you that secrets have a cost. The truth does too.
Secrets have a cost, but the truth does too. I think there's a line that Aunt May said in the first movie, which was, "Secrets have a cost, Peter." And we recapped that line, and we reimagined it a little bit. She said, "I once told you secrets have a cost. I guess the truth does too." Which means that any way you cut it, there's going to be some challenges ahead.
My name is Richard Parker. I have discovered what Oscorp
was going to use my research for.
The big prominent villain in this movie is Electro, but there's many adversaries that Spider-Man's going to have to face. But the evil empire, the consistent thing between them all, is the evil empire known as Oscorp, or what's becoming this evil empire. And I think that's something that may inform people's viewing of the trailer.
I have a responsibility to protect the world from what I know they're capable of.
Questions will be answered.
What is all this?
The future.
We literally can change the world. What about Peter?
Not everyone has a happy ending.
That's a Norman Osborn line. I wouldn't say it's a dark movie, but there's very powerful forces at work that are emanating from Oscorp. Oscorp is the place from which all nasty things emerge in this movie. And Spider-Man's going to have to confront that.
This is bigger than you, Peter.
I made a choice.
This is my path.
Soon, everyone in the city will know how it feels to live in a world without power, without mercy.
One of the difficult things that Spider-Man and Peter Parker have to face is, the people he loves are often put into danger. And that's one of the brutal, difficult ways that people can, Spider-Man's adversaries can attack Spider-Man, is by attacking the ones he loves. So she may be in danger from time to time. We'll have to see.
Without Spider-Man.
It was interesting. It was kind of freaky to have to be locked in that position for hours, and you couldn't. Even if they wanted to get you down, they had an emergency switch, but it would still take about 20 minutes to 25 minutes to get you out. So once you go in that contraption, you know you're going to be there for a few hours, so you had to get your mind set for that. And then it was about being Electro, finding the voice and finding the evil, the threatening, the threats of what's going to happen. And we've always seen that, where the person threatens, oh, I'm going to kill you, I'm going to do something bad to you, but they're in a situation, how could this possibly happen? So to set that up to where, it was real, and then it was just myself and, well, really Mark Webb just taking me through all the emotions, because he knows what's going to happen after he shoots the plate, the rendering, the CGI and everything like that. So just trusting him, man, and trusting our instinct.